So welcome you all in the next session of Flutter tutorial. We will start with the installation part. So this is your guide flutter.dev, get started install, from where you need to install. I'm going to follow this for Windows, but this is pretty much exhaustive and step-by-step guide to install on macOS or Linux. So let's start with Windows. This could be quite confusing if you are doing for the first time, but let me summarize what all steps we are going to follow. So I created a cheat sheet, and let me just take that cheat sheet in here. So to be able to perform overall Flutter installation, you need to follow a couple of steps. One is download Flutter package. So the website that I was showing you will show like from where to download, and then setting up the path and environment variable, then running the Flutterdoctor command to know each and everything is working fine or not. Then we will move for Android installation. Some of you may have this Android Studio already installed. We will just set up for Android emulator then. Otherwise you need to install Android Studio, and then you need to do it for Android emulator. You may be asking like how we will do it for iOS. So for iOS, I'll be showing you this setup after once we build this Android package. So iOS will be quick, I'll show you, but for that we will need to switch to macOS because I'm using Windows machine for now. So I'll show you this on macOS machine later in this playlist. And then we may need to perform a couple of Windows setup. So let's look at the document provided by Flutter. So what we need to do is we need to have operating system Windows 7 and above. We should have disk space 1.64 GB and above. This is working quite well with 16 GB RAM, but you may use 8 GB and above as well. So tools, we may need to have Windows PowerShell and Git for Windows. Then on the get Flutter SDK, so you can directly download this and save it under CSRC Flutter. I have already downloaded this, so let me show you how it looks like. I have downloaded it and unzipped it in this folder. So CSRC folder, you need to do this way, or you can also get it from GitHub. The link is already given in here. So you can do this way as well. You can git clone this flutter.git. After this, the important part is updating your path variable. So most of you must be knowing how to update the path variable, but you should be able to do it very quickly. You need to go to start, type environment variables. This will open up a pop-up like this. Under environment variable, you need to go to path, and here as you can see that I have provided the path entry for dsrc flutter bin, and then I saved OK. So this is for user variable. Same you can do it for system variable basis on how you are using your system or sharing it with other users. Once the path is set, you should be able to run this Flutterdoctor. So I have already extracted Flutter package under CSRC. I have already set up the path. The next thing what I need to do is I need to run Flutterdoctor. So for that, I can simply go here and type Flutterdoctor. This will take some time, so I'll take a pause, and then once it is done, I'll move back. Oh, okay, this is running now. So as you can see that this was pretty straightforward for me, no issues found. It was able to see for Flutter, it was able to validate Android toolchain, and then Chrome, Android Studio, because I have already this installed. I have already IntelliJ IDEA as well. So since some of the softwares are already installed, so it was pretty straightforward for me, but this may be breaking for you if you don't have Android SDK already installed and some of the Android toolchain. If you are facing any issues, let me know in the comment, or you can reach out to me. I'll help you resolving that issue, but this is something which can be set up very quickly. So once it is done, The next is to download the Android Studio if you don't have already. So for that, to be able to download Android Studio, you can follow this link. If you have Windows platform, macOS, accordingly you can choose the platform and you can download the Android Studio latest version from this place. You need to accept conditions, and once this is downloaded, since it already recognizes that I'm using this from the Windows machine, it has given me Windows option. Once it is installed, you should be able to launch it. And let me open Android Studio as well. So since I am using Flutter for some time, I have already the setup, but for beginners it is important to download all these softwares. If you face any issues, let me know, I'll help you, because this is really very straightforward thing. You just need to follow the sequence as we talked at the beginning of this video. I'll take a pause until this Android Studio gets launched. So now I have this Android Studio launched. I'm not going to use Android Studio for development purpose. I'm going to use Visual Studio. But what is important to configure here, you need to set up your AVD device, which means an emulator device, to be able to test your code on Flutter. So this is one device that I have already configured. Otherwise you can choose create virtual device, and wherever you can find this Play Store support is there, you can choose that favorite device that you like, and you can actually configure this from the next option in here. You can select a stable version of Android and you can do next, and then you can go and finish it. So since I have already set up this Pixel 3a API 28, I'll be using this for all the demo purpose. And to be able to launch this emulator, this is very easy. You just need to click in here. It will launch one emulator device right on your system. And since all these softwares are heavy, so it is always recommended to go for a good system. So this is the application that I developed earlier. So this is showing on my screen now. I'm going to change it and work on enhanced version of this application. So stay tuned, and this will be a good learning altogether. So as I talked about that, after installing Flutter, after installing Android Studio, we are going to work on Visual Studio Code. For this development, Flutter is the framework that we need for a basis as a fundamental, and Android Studio we are going to use it for building our package that will be run on this emulator. But Android Studio we will not be launching for all the testing purposes. This Visual Studio will be linked with the Android emulator for all testing of my application throughout the program. So then Windows or Mac or Linux, whatever you are using, just install this Node.js package, because we are going to follow that. And once it is downloaded, so it will look like this. This is actually the application which was hosted in here, and since we are going to start from scratch, I'm not going to take you through from this code. But if we talk about some of the packages that you may need, some of the plugins, so you can actually install this Dart, you can install Angular Essentials, and then you can install npm support. So, and I think with 3 it will be good to actually have a code in much more cleaner. Like you can see that after installing these packages, I should be able to differentiate between Android and these folders, and then iOS, and then I can also see some of the Dart code, which is an icon written in here, right? So this makes it very easy to identify the file and open it in here. So that was a quick about the installation part. Let me know any feedback, share your experience while you're installing. Let me know in the comment, or you can directly reach out to me that you are following this course along. And then in the next lesson, we will talk about the first application, and then we will follow it for creating a complete application, and we will start with the UI designing, then we work on the backend code. So thanks for watching.